Hello everybody, welcome to a new series. We are here in Nebraska. Now, this is I'm not sure what town it's based off of, but Cowboy Ranch, Nebraska, I think is somewheres wherever, but you can find it on itch.io. But we're on year one, at least for crop-wise. Just finished up corn harvest, so I'm just gonna wash off the corn head here. Whoa. Okay, hold on. What the? There we go. Huh. Well, anyways, we'll get this corn head washed off. So yeah, but we're gonna be starting in on beans here pretty soon. So I've been thinking on this for a while, and I think I'm gonna end the Uncle's Farm series. So I think I'm just gonna end it where it is, I guess. I might do maybe one more season on it if I'm kinda out of maps to play on. I might do one more season on it, but so anyways, but I'm gonna be fully moving on to 25. So yeah, there's the corn head unhooked. So we'll head over to our only bean field this year. So now out here we got some cattle on corn stalks, so which is looking pretty good. So yeah, but so we own 240 acres basically from that side of that cornfield all the way up to, I can show you here, up to here. So this is all 240 acres that we own. So there's a header and the tandem truck. Now I have made a few little modifications, like painting this dirt road in and plowing, creating all these fields. All these are created, so we'll pull in here. Already got the combine switched over, so we'll hook up the header, fold that in. We'll drive over to the edge over here. But yeah, that's pretty much it. I'm probably gonna just do like the headlands, and then one or two headlands, probably two, and then I will work on some other stuff that we gotta do, because we gotta do tillage on that one cornfield. We gotta spread lime and then dig it under, get everything ready for next year pretty much. We got some hay that we gotta haul just a little bit from just some prairie hay that we weren't able to get to. So we'll turn the separator on and all that. We'll open up our yield monitor here. Get started in. Bean harvest. Looks like they're doing pretty good so far. Real set. Pretty good. Get some GPS going. That's even better. But looks like we're doing pretty good. This spring we did put down lime, so and these beans didn't need a whole lot of nitrogen, so. But this is one of our best fields, soil type wise. We got a lot of loam and sandy loam. not sandy loam, but what's it called? Yeah, sandy loam. So this is probably one of our best fields. This is probably one of our worst fields. This is just a hay field. This is going to be one of those too. But so here's the pretty much the whole section that we're farming. This hasn't gotten plowed up yet. This field in between here where we got my Massey. I'll show you guys that later. But this is where I'm going to plow this up and probably put this in beans. But yeah. So. But yeah, otherwise everything's going pretty good. Our financial situation for first time in never is pretty good. We're only $50,000 in debt, and that was just an operating note just to make it through the year. So, but we're not majorly in debt, otherwise we're debt free. There's the tractor. There's the field that I'm going to be digging up here pretty soon once I get this guy going. So yeah, but I think this is going to be a new series, so hopefully this works out good. And then yeah, so haven't really been uploading recently, just been busy with stuff. I'll try to at least upload every week. So but yeah, everything's working out pretty good. We got this 40-foot here, so there's the 50% beep. But yeah, these SDSs are probably one of my favorite combines. I love them. I don't know why, but this one, there's no. There's no sign that's actually like filling up, which is kind of annoying. But hold on, no bean left behind. But anyways, so but we gotta get the auger switched over. Our corn did pretty good this year. We got 240-some thousand liters, which is, I guess, pretty good for the 60 acres that we did have actually tilled up. The reason why I wasn't farming all this stuff yet was because these are all different land sections, like in the game. They're all different sections, and the CRP contract wasn't up on them, or it was some sort of contract, I forgot it was, but we weren't able to plow them up quite yet. So, but we'll be farming those next year, and hopefully I make enough money from the corn and soybeans that I want to buy a 24-row planter probably, or a 12-row planter, one of the two. I might downsize because I don't really, the 16-row I have, I don't really like it. I was having a lot of issues with it, so I might downgrade to 12. There's 80%, but I might downgrade to 12 because I feel like that would it would match up with our corn header a lot better. If we, plus I want to get a 12-row corn head anyways. Right now we have an 8. Yeah, otherwise everything's going good here, year one. You know, just starting out. Kind of got some decent sized equipment, but we're getting full here pretty soon. Probably just stop on the driveway and hop in the straight truck. Bring that over there, and then once I go dump it in the bins once, I'll have the crank cart guy follow me over. in here with the straight truck. But yeah, this is all the field I own, pretty much, so gonna hopefully do a couple of upgrades just vehicle-wise, because I want to get a bigger tractor maybe, but I think that would be about it, really. So, but this truck is kind of nice for hauling beans, pretty much, just so far. This year, since we didn't have a lot, I've just brought this out here, because I didn't want to use the semi. We're not even going that far. I might not even bring the grain cart out here, I might just use this. But this works pretty good, especially when we got good yielding corn. So, yeah. We'll pull under here. Oh my gosh. I need to get that fixed. But anyways, how do I need to figure out how do I strike? There we go. So should be fixed now. That's my bad. But so we got a 9760 STS here. I'm thinking I'll make enough money off the beans and corn that I'll probably just end up upgrading my planter. Probably get a 9870 STS with a bigger grain tank, so I could run that 12-row corn head a little better. So yeah, but we got pretty good yield of corn. We got 258,000 liters, so that's pretty good off of these two fields. So off of these two, yeah, the two in orange. And then we got our cows here. Those are doing pretty good. But here's our financial statement, pretty much. So, alright, looks like the combine's empty. But so we got our C70 V8 diesel. Not, I think this might be a gasser. It might be. But try not to run over too many beans. You know what? Yeah, I'll just go dump them. Or, you know what? I'll keep combining. Since this is only 45% out of a full load. I did not realize this straight truck could hold that much. Seeing it's a lot deeper than I thought it was. Can hold a lot more than I thought it would have, but oh boy. So, yeah. I'll give an equipment tour once we get back to the yard. But yeah, we've been pretty busy recently. So. Drop her down. See how they're yielding over here. Yeah. Oop. Missed this back. Choice. Should be good, but this 40-foot header, I'm planning on not getting rid of this for a long time. Oh, there's still one bean left. Forget it, the deer can have it for all I care. So, anyways, but otherwise this is working out pretty good. Glad these are yielding good. Yeah. I'm gonna look at sprayers. I want to invest in a self-propelled one, but like talking real life, I feel like that would be way too overkill for 240 acres. So if I could get just like maybe a nice pull type one maybe, or just rent one from the co-op, one of those two. Let's see, what do we got in here? Thought I had a Haggy somewhere. For 150 grand. But that doesn't look the greatest, oof. But we could get a pretty big sprayer for, ooh, yeah, no, forget that. I do not got that kind of money to burn. Maybe once we pick up, next year, probably, or year 3 or 4, I want to pick up probably, I'm going to pick up field farmland 1, probably year 3 or year 2 for selling corn. And then year 3, I would like to buy farmland 2, because then we'll have 600 acres roughly, probably about, actually, I don't know how many of them will be actually arable, but I know that guy up there is doing cattle and he's getting out of it, so if I were to farm that, I would have to tear out a bunch of that fence, because I know there's a bunch of fence up there. But, so we'll get this guy hired away. So, here's the other field. All 3 of these fields, that cultivated field, there's another one back there behind that trees, and that field right there, that hay field, are all gonna go into corn. Or, no, this field, and then this field, and cultivated field back there are gonna go into corn, and that'll go into beans, and the 2 home fields will. So, yeah. But we'll have the grain cart follow us back out here. So yeah, everything's going good so far here in October. But yeah, got a lot of prairie hay, if you want to call it that, just stuff that's been on stuff that we get from the prairie. But so there's just some hay bales, and I'll show you that stuff once we get switched over and we're waiting for this to dump. But let me hop in our 8410. This is our main workhorse. This does all the bale moving. This runs our baling setup and the grain cart and the lime spreader. So this does kind of most of the heavy duty work. So we got an 840 loader on here, and then we got a Abbott bale spike. I think that's how you pronounce it. Then we got a J&M 875 grain cart, and then we got a 608C John Deere corn head. Now over here we got a Wilmar Super 800 lime spreader. That's all we use that for pretty much. Now here's the planter that I'm probably going to get rid of. This is 16 row 30 Kinsey 3600. It does good, I guess. It works out, but we're probably going to get rid of it and just get maybe a John Deere one. I've been having a lot of issues with it pivoting, and yeah. And then over here in our other shop we got TV and all that, and then here is our Kenworth T800, and then we got our 38-foot Dakota hopper bottom, and then we got an AGI Westfield auger, a Soaring Eagle drive over conveyor. Back here we got the unload auger, and then we got our 455 foxtail that we use for seeding wheat and grass, pretty much. So now, actually, hold on, let me. Don't look. But alright. So we got that bin has 60,000. That bin has 60,000 liters left in it till it's full of corn, and that bin is full of corn. So we did pretty good on corn. I might get rid of one of these bins, or I might get rid of some of these bins, maybe. One of these years I might get rid of some of these bins and build a couple bigger ones, because all these are pretty small. I would like to build like maybe a way bigger one, I guess. Maybe like a 7 ring or something. But so we'll dump these soybeans out. While we're waiting for that to dump, we can go over here. Over here we got our Cat 265 skid steer with the bale spike. And then over here is our John Deere 2410 field cultivator. Over here we got some hay bales, and then here's our hay and equipment. We got our Egco 9365 self-propelled mower, Heston. And then we got our rake here, our 14-wheel rake. This also doubles as a tedder, so it teds it too. So that's nice for when it's getting it done, and yeah. And then we got our 561R John Deere baler. So this setup gets pulled by the 8410. And out here we just got a hay field, and then out here is our cornfield. So that's pretty much it. So let's hop in the old grain truck here. Let's head back out there. You know what? Change of plans. I'm not gonna worry about that right now. But there we got some calves grazing happily. So okay, he did make it the right way around. Sweet. But I'm just gonna haul grain with this. I don't need to bring the grain cart out here. I don't think. We're doing fine. We don't really need to. It's kind of unrealistic, but this field's fairly smooth. So, and then I'll show you the last piece of equipment. We got our Massey Ferguson 8960 Dyna VT. And then on the back here we got our Anderson bale mover. So that's pretty much it for our equipment lineup. This is the tractor that this is the tractor that I was planning on. Here, let me turn my vehicle sounds down. I think it's just that loud. Yeah, this thing screams. It's one reason why I wanted to get rid of it is this thing's got turbo on it, and it pretty much needs all the horsepower it can get. Pretty much, this thing is just it's hard to get parts for it. So sorry if you can't. And then on top of that, I just need a bigger tractor in general. I would like to trade it in for an it's just not very easy to do maintenance on them. The parts for this are a lot farther away for another time. So, pretty hard to get some of the parts. But it is what it is. Can't really do a whole lot about it. But, so we'll get these in the we'll unload these couple of hay bales here. And we'll probably hook up to the digger, or the field cultivator, the digger, whatever you want to call it. But yeah, it kind of likes to do that because whoever made this mod, this bale mod, or this bale loader mod didn't really do a great job at getting it to work for the bales that baler makes. That's mainly why I got such a new baler, because it makes those nice bales that I like. Them. They're more American. They're not so skinny, in my opinion. Just slide around, kind of slowly around. Alright, perfect. But yeah, you get the point why I want to get this thing. This thing is loud. So. Now, this is a little bit underkill, but this thing's got like, I think like 350 horsepower, and it's got some traction. Not really a lot, but it pulls it fairly well, I guess. So this is why I would like to get a 4-wheel drive for this job. Where am I going? But for now, I'll just leave this out. This is going to be a short kind of a, whoa, if I don't hit the brake card. This is going to be kind of a shorter episode, I guess, just kind of introducing you guys to the series, this new series that I'm planning on doing. Otherwise, this tractor is a pretty good tractor. I like it, I guess. Oh, and then I was going up north and looking at that one field, but here's the, yeah. This is the Ford F350 7.3 Power Stroke. Yeah, it's just a Ford F350, I think. But we got the King Ranch on the front, and then we got the flatbed on the back. The flatbed is crossplay. The pickup itself is not. So, but it's a dually, so it works pretty good for everything we need it to. Boy, that stuff out there. Oh, never mind. I thought those were sloughs. Whoa. Anyways, so. But yeah, everything's been going pretty good here over in Nebraska. Thank you everybody for watching. Hope you guys enjoyed, and I will see you guys in the next episode. Bye for now.